What it do? It's DOA back with another episode of Putting Shit Together. Today, man, we gonna talk about Aden Holloway. That's the guard from University of Alabama's basketball team. A lot of y'all probably done seen that come leading up to this March Madness tournament. He was arrested on March 16th for felony possession of marijuana and failure to affix a tax stamp. Now I had to look into that one because I didn't really know what that charge meant exactly. And I'm a nigga who's well versed in the marijuana game, dog. Just to say the least, bro. I don't fuck with it no more. But man, I used to be that guy. You feel me? I like I told y'all, man, I lived in Louisville, Kentucky. So I moved from Louisville out to Phoenix, Arizona, the land of the plugs, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I put Louisville on with the fucking loud. Now, of course, in Louisville, we got cornbread mafia. We got a lot of marijuana production. Marijuana used to be the number one cash crop in Kentucky for a while on the low, even though Kentucky had some pretty strict marijuana laws. Not the strictest. Actually, I think Arizona might have had the strictest or one of the strictest at the time when I lived out there, when I moved out there. But they was mostly moving Reggie and then shit like that. And then also they exported a lot of their marijuana. So the scene in Louisville was a little bit fucked up. Niggas was getting that press weed back in the day. This like 2007, 5, 7, 8. About 2008 is when I started lighting shit up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't smoking loud. Niggas wasn't smoking that straight kush, that perp and shit. So I took it upon myself to go ahead and feed the city, man. I gave them an appetite for that fucking loud, bro. And niggas on the street who know they know about me, man. This ain't I don't need to say this shit for credibility or nothing. But since we talking about marijuana, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of background that I know what I'm talking about when it come to this. Now I'm in Alabama, and Alabama really encouraged me to not even smoke weed no more, to be honest, because the weed here is shit. And for a minute, I was like, man, it might take me back to the old me and start getting some of this shit in for the city. You know what I'm saying? For the hometown, for the home state, because these niggas they smoking babbage out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? They smoking some bullshit out here. But I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. So I really just stopped smoking altogether. You know what I'm saying? It's been over a year, maybe more than that. Probably closer to two almost for real that I haven't even been smoking or fucking with it. So in that respect, I feel Aden Holloway's pain. He might have been a nigga who just been around and he done smoked some loud in a few other places. He's from North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what they weed scene is like that out there for real. That's probably halfway decent. But he might have just been like, damn, you niggas is smoking that Babbage. I gotta get some in. So I gotta get some of that loud in. You feel me? Cause you niggas ain't got shit. But see, the thing is, Alabama's weed laws is some of the most bogus weed laws in the US right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably why it ain't a lot of motion out here as far as the weed goes, as you would see in some other states and cities. But thing is, man, I as much as I want to level with him in that respect, and I could feel his pain to some regard, nigga, I wasn't playing D1 basketball when I was doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's some arguments that could be made on my behalf for why I shouldn't have been fucking with it. Cause like I said, I was a scholarship, a biomedical engineering full scholarship nigga. I was real smart. So I probably could have been doing something better with my time as well. But nigga, I wasn't getting no NIL or nothing like that of that nature. And I wasn't I didn't have no fucking squad depending on me to come through and drop 20 a night. You know what I'm saying? So I just say this was not a smart move on his behalf. Now, to the a failure to affix the tax stamp. Now they say that the tax stamp charge was because you supposed to affix a tax stamp to tobacco products. So I'm assuming he must have had, I don't know, maybe he had pre-rolls or something of that nature. I don't know if he just had a lot of backwoods and shit out of the wrapper, or what was going on with that failure to affix a tax stamp. But I will tell you, when a task force or somebody comes down on you for marijuana charges, they gonna trump the motherfuckers up to the ceiling. They gonna trump them up as high as they can and see what sticks. Now, since this has happened, I've just heard today that they dropped the trafficking charges. So now it's just a felony type of possession of marijuana. So he had about 2.1 pounds, which people saying is just under the amount that will get you guaranteed jail time. So I'm not sure. Tell me what y'all think. Do you think that he carried this amount because he knew it was just under, or if they did him a solid and didn't and just weighed it up like that, or if the people he was getting it from, his connect, was just give him that amount to keep him from doing that mandatory jail time. Y'all let me know what y'all think as far as that goes. 2.1 pounds. I mean, some people might say that's a lot, but coming from the business I was in, it's not that much. It's kind of a little, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you got an NIL deal. You getting bread through NIL. You getting bread. You getting treated like a king through the University of Alabama. How much money could you make off 2.1 pounds? That would make you even risk all of this shit for 2.1 pounds. Now, I was moving shit from Phoenix to Louisville, and at the time, started off with the Reggie game. I might get a Reggie bow, $400, $500. I take it to the East Coast. Them bitches is breaking down. You sell them straight in ounces and make $1,600. I sell them straight up in the pound whole thing for like a stack. So I'm doubling up my bread every time. But I ain't got no NIL deal. Now, let's say he had a double up flip. You know what I'm saying? And a double up flip is great in the weed game. You can get a double up. That's pretty superior. A triple up, amazing. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say he had a double up. You got 2 pounds. We'll say it's loud. Say it's around 2 stacks or something like that. He paid per pound or something like that. Now, you say he doubled up and he making 4 off of it. Like, you making 4 racks? And that shit got you risking the NCAA tournament, NIL deals, chances to go to the NBA and shit. 4 racks ain't enough, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. We can even say he had a triple up. He got them for a stack. He's selling them for 3. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough, bro. It's not enough. It's not enough racks. It's not enough racks to justify that shit. You know what I'm saying? Coach already said in this article, coaches said that they gotta bench him because they got standards, man. They got standards in their program and they gotta bench him. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what this video hollering about, though. I don't know. I ain't watched this, so we gonna see what it's hollering about real quick.
The University of Alabama men's basketball player was arrested on drug charges. Tuscaloosa police say that Aden Holloway was arrested after agents with the West Alabama Narcotics Task Force searched a home on 30th Avenue. in Tuscaloosa this morning. Police say that more than a pound of marijuana was found, along with some cash. Holloway booked into the Tuscaloosa County Jail on a $5,000 bond. No comment at this point from the university.
Okay, so we got that. Now, I've heard as well that
Energy Secretary.
I heard as well, because y'all know I'm out here in Bama, so we getting that inside scoop. Um, I heard that was his girlfriend's house that they ended up raiding. And I heard that the reason why they got onto his trail was because they had pulled him over for a traffic stop and he had weed in the car. Like maybe some days prior or weeks prior, they pulled him over on a traffic stop and he had some tree on him. You feel me? So that led to them being able to get the warrant to search his crib or wherever he was staying. But I heard the crib that they searched was not actually his. It was his girlfriend's spot. You feel me? So I don't know how true that is, but that's the word around town out here in Bama, right? But thing is, I had kind of figured he could get that trafficking knocked off because, like I told you, they gonna throw as many charges to the wall and see which ones stick. But it's hard to get a motherfucker for trafficking if you did not catch them in the act of trafficking it. Because you could try to say they said he had some packaging um devices, some packaging tools that could have been probably had the vacuum sealer or something like that. Might have had some baggies. Probably the vacuum sealer though, if I had to guess. But you can always say, bro, that's just how I bag my shit up. Um, to hide the smell. So packaging materials really ain't normally enough to make that stick, especially if you got a decent lawyer, which I'm sure he does, because Nate Oates, the coach, said that they gonna do whatever they can, as much as they can to help him out, but they can't play him while this is going on. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, they said he had them packaging materials, but you can beat that. Even if you got 2.1 pounds, you can beat that in trafficking. A lot of people gonna say, "Oh, he has so much," they gonna hit him with the trafficking, but that's not the case because niggas buy pounds and smoke out the pound. I smoked the whole pound. Like it ain't shit. Might have just bought 2 pounds. I'm gonna smoke all this shit myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for them to make those charges stick without them catching you in the act of trafficking. Like you'll need a lot of type of paraphernalia before they can really make that stick. So just a baggy vacuum sealer. You could even say if he has a bunch of single bags, like bro, I just bag them up like that so I don't smoke too much. So I got a daily dose in these small baggies. You know what I'm saying? So it's always ways around that to beat that type of charge, and I'm glad that he got that dropped because I'm pulling for the young man, of course. But I just think that this was dumb for you to have this much marijuana on you, and you got such a bright future and so much riding on your shoulders, man. You need to let somebody else hold that shit. And if he was moving it, trying to flip it, like I said, like for one, it's not enough cash. You got 2 pounds, unless you flying through 2 pounds every day. And let's say he was, and that's 5 days a week. We said 2 to 4 bands. So you might be making 20 G's. Now, if you could do that, it's an argument for that. 20 G's, you might be making 200,000, quarter mil a year type shit. I mean, that's good money, but I don't know what his NIL deal is exactly. Um, let's see if we can find that out while I'm doing this. But I would I would think that his NIL deal is more than a quarter mil. So, we could say he getting that extra money. I mean, not a lot of people gonna turn down extra money like that, an extra quarter mil. But at the same time, like you in a state where they clamping niggas for weed, like man, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's not worth it. Like I'll probably pass on that for real. I know I pass on that actually. Let me see what we got here with this NIL deal. Got an NIL deal with Rally Fuel. Fans support him directly while he plays. They ain't mention no numbers though. They ain't mention what are the financial benefits of Aden Holloway's financial support from the fans. So maybe you wasn't getting over a quarter mil. Maybe you wasn't. I find that hard to believe, but maybe he wasn't, and that's what enticed him. But like I said, you have to be moving like 2 pounds a day, and I don't feel like he got that kind of time or motion to really be doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna say this wasn't a smart move on the young man's behalf, dog. Especially you fucking with Alabama police. They laws, they want to hem a nigga up, throw a nigga away for some fucking weed. Meanwhile, like half the fucking United States or more got legalization of weed. A lot of people got recreational weed. And it's funny because I was in Phoenix and they would lock you up for a seed. It was a felony to have a seed, a weed seed. Nigga, a blunt, you could get jail time for it when I was out in Phoenix. But over my tenure of being there, they ended up going recreational. They went medical. And I ended up getting my medical card and shit. So, I used to, by the time I left there, man, I'd go in the store and buy that shit, smoke that shit, whatever. It wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that happens here in Alabama, but I think it's going to be a little bit stickier. States east of the Mississippi, man, it's a reason why I won't get into the details, but it's a reason why not a lot of the states east of the Mississippi, especially in the southeast, you got I think Ohio then went wreck maybe, Michigan went wreck, as well as Illinois went wreck, but they up north. So below the Ohio and east of the Mississippi in the southeast, it ain't a lot of recreational going on down here. And I know it's the reason why, it's a deeper reason behind it. So I just don't really see it going recreational in Alabama anytime soon, to be honest. So it's unfortunate. And just like this case is unfortunate because, man, I thought we was going to make a push in that tournament, go to the Final Four, maybe even beyond. But without Aden Holloway, it's going to be an uphill battle, just to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the young man's family, man. I'm pulling for y'all. I'm pulling for Aden Holloway. I hope he get all of this situated, not have to do no jail time or nothing like that. Get a light little probation or something like that, or best case, he get the shit thrown out or something. That'd be excellent. But I just know Alabama, man, they gonna try to hammer you to some degree, even with him being an athlete. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to skate through these charges completely. He's probably gonna end up with some probation or something like that. But hopefully no jail time or nothing like that. But yeah, man, ring that bell with your hunchback looking ass, and hit the like, man. Hit the like for your boy one time. It's always a pleasure having y'all tune in, man. It's peace and love, truth and light, wisdom and insight, DOA, putting shit together. To the next episode, y'all. Peace.